couldn't sign. And then finally an agency was like, I love your audition that you sent us. Let's talk more. Because I didn't even have a demo reel or any material. I just had a couple student film and non-union auditions I had done from submitting myself through Actors Access. So I submitted my material to that agency. They were accepting submissions at the time, talked with them on the phone and over Zoom, and I signed. And once I signed, I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like, I'm big time now. I'm going to be a series regular in 10 weeks. You know, the typical, it's a big deal when you get an agent, and it's so hard to get an agent. It really is. I arguably say it's harder to get an agent than it is to book a job with your agent. But at the time, I was like, man, this is going to take me to big things. And, you know, in the sense of like, I'm automatically going to book all these jobs. Not the case. I started auditioning and I realized, wow, I'm not hearing anything back. I'm not booking. Freaking out a little bit. And I looked at my material and I was like, I need to sharpen my headshots. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I got better headshots. I really tried to be more myself and be more into the character that I was auditioning for, more so than what I thought casting would want, which I still from time to time do that, which I don't think you should do. I think you should just give your own take on the script. Don't do what you think they want to see. But with that agency, I booked my first feature film. A few months later, I remember getting the phone call. I was at work, and my agent called, and she was like, "You booked it." And I was like, "No way!" Well, I take that back. When I got the email and I was pinned, I was just like freaking out, like so excited. I actually was sleeping when she called me to tell me I booked it, and I immediately called her right back, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she's like, "Yeah, you booked it." And I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." And they flew me out, and I got to film with these super amazingly talented people that were very experienced pros. And this was kind of like my first big project. And it was like the time of my life. It was so much fun. And I remember when I got back to Atlanta after we wrapped, I was like, all right, like now it's like, I'm gonna book so many jobs. It's gonna be crazy. And and that did not happen either. I was like, oh man, I was auditioning for these awesome projects for network level shows, and I was like, man, I'm not booking. But then I looked back and I was talking with some other actors, and it's like being in the room and getting